Alright. Here's what I picked up at the thrift store. Value Village this time at, about April 4th? April 3rd, 2015. Total cost of all this stuff was $4.65 or so. Something like that. What does that say? This receipt's all cut off. But $4.60 something. It's because everything's half off on the weekends. I went on Friday after work. So here's what I picked up. Some computer game I've never heard of. Curse, the Eye of Isis. Looks like it's probably a horror game. And I'm assuming it's an adventure game because it's by Dreamcatcher, who I remember did some other very popular adventure games in the early 2000s. And the most recent version of Windows this is meant for is XP, so I'm hoping it'll work on my Windows 7 system. Disk is in great shape. Okay, but there's no booklet, no box, obviously, and there's an ad for Painkiller on the back. Heaven's got a Hitman coming soon. So, that I believe was a first-person shooter, so maybe this one is too, I don't know. I also got what I'm hoping is a complete set of Diablo 2 discs. They're in a bag for $1, which, yeah, at 50% off, 50 cents, so that's a pretty good deal if everything's here. So what do we got? Expansion set. Ooh, Lord of Destruction. That's pretty cool. There's the play disc, install disc, cinematics disc. Wow, awesome. I'm actually super excited about this one. I've never actually owned a Diablo game, so 50 cents for Diablo 2, pretty sweet. The most recent version of Windows, it says here, is Windows 2000. So we'll see if that works. Picked up some 45s. So at Value Village, they're 25 cents. At 50% off, that makes them, what would that be, 12.5 cents each? That's a good deal. So I'd pick up stuff there I wouldn't maybe normally pick up. So here's a Scholastic album, and it's The Haunted House. Selections from the album, The Haunted House and Other Spooky Poems and Tales. Now, I love records of poetry. I love anything that's Halloween. And Scholastic Records often does really good stuff. So this is probably some reading. There might be some music on there. What do we got here? Winter Moon, The Haunted House, Sir Roderick's Song, Young Lady from Glitch, Ruth and Johnny, A Skeleton Once in Khartoum, The Bat, The Velvet Ribbon. Really cool sounding stuff here. Lots of different things, very diverse, short tracks. The Earl King, Wolfgang von Goethe, translated by Louis Untermeyer. I've heard of that one. November Night by Adelaide Cropsey. The Kilkenny Cats, The Cradle That Rocked by Itself. Spooky. I bet you that's about a dead kid or something. Spooky, very spooky. It's a little beat up like a kid's record. Should be, but it's not too bad. Look at those short grooves there. Short tracks. Look at that. Very cool. Excited for this one. Okay, then I got a set of 4 additional kids records. Okay. These might have been a set, but they were all together. So this is Mickey's Magnet. Scott Forestman, First Talking Storybook box. Okay. 1967, produced by Shield Productions. So this is pretty interesting. Obviously, these are companions to a book, and we've got 4 of them. Mickey's Magnet. Chicken Lickin'. Note the illustration. The House That Jack Built. And Harry the Dirty Dog. That's pretty awesome. Now, part of the reason, so I like stories, I like children's stuff, but I bought this for 2 reasons. One, it's obviously unique and definitely rare, I'm sure. But the real reason I bought these is because of the backside. Do not play this side. This is a silent groove to improve the molding of your pressing. Okay? So that's super interesting. And all 4 of them have this. Do not play this side. Do not play this side. Do not play this side. Now it's actually interesting because they're different, because One set of the stickers is a stamp. This one is a stamp. You can tell it's a stamp because there's a little bit of distortion above the O. I don't think my camera can focus on it. You can barely see it. The other ones are printed. See, it looks darker. This is printed. Okay, and then if you can see, hold on. Let me see it here. You can see it says Silent Groove. See that on the left there? Silent Groove. So that's pretty interesting. So these actually you can play on your turntable and it'll make crazy noises sometimes. Or the tone arm will just go skating across the record. You never know. So I'm going to play those. Those are interesting. I think they're actually a pretty cool novelty. So yeah, there's that. Then I got an awesome Wisconsin polka 7-inch. This one's on Mono Records. I'm not familiar with that label. But they're out of Hartford, Wisconsin, which is very nearby where I live. And this is Jimmy Maupin with the Gay Polka. Okay, these days Wisconsin's very anti-gay, but it used to be, it was all about the gays. Written by Frank Zubek. Here's the Susie Polka with Jimmy Maupin and his band. Mono Records. Mono number 009. Okay. This is a definitely rare record these days, I'm sure. So what is that logo? What is the music? Da 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 da. I don't know, something like that. Okay. This one is interesting. Too Busy to Hoe by George McCormick on Stop Records. Come on, focus. There you go. Distributed by Stop Records, Nashville, Tennessee. This is definitely some sort of a country record. And I'm guessing it's a novelty record. That's why I bought it, because it says The Room of the Unknown Shoulder, which is obviously a parody of The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. George McCormick. So that's interesting. We'll see what it is. Got a lot of novelty country records, actually. Next thing I have here, nice rock and roll disc. Not much to pick from there, but Young Rascals, Good Lovin'. Come on, focus, you bastard. There it is, Good Lovin', and Mustang Sally. Two rock and roll classics here. Come on, focus. You fucker. There it is. This is beat to hell, though. Look at this scratch. That's going to make it unplayable. Unlistenable, anyways. It'll play, but this is another really bad scratch. This looks like somebody played it on a Victrola or something. Some kids got a hold of it and scratched it up. Okay, this is a 10-inch, and this record is probably very old. This might even be from the 40s. Very early vinyl LP on a 10-inch with a plain sort of generic cover. Those are all hallmarks of the early first LPs from the late 40s and early 50s. So I picked this up because it's old. It's Chopin, which I really love his music, and it's in good shape too. Musical Masterwork Society. I think they stuck with this. I have some other LPs released by this label, and they stuck with the old style generic covers for longer than most other record companies did. Newton Wood, The Pianist, Concerto for Piano and Orchestra, number 2, F minor, Opus 21. Actually, the cover is pretty cool. What do we got? There's Johann's face there. Johann Sebastian Bach, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Felix Mendelssohn, Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky, Giuseppe Verdi, Joseph Haydn, Frederick Chopin, Johannes Brahms, and Ludwig van Beethoven. Musical Masterwork Society. Interesting. Okay, check out the cover on this. This is awesome cover. I love these 50s percussion records. Always love these records. Percussion Espanol, The Big Sound on Pirouette. I'm not familiar with that label. And look, it's in 3D stereo, which means we might have some novelty stereo effects. And I love the illustration. Now it's an illustration of a sonogram to represent the woman's dress. And she's supposed to be a Spanish dancer. She's got the castanets in her right hand there, and she has a flower. I don't know what kind of flower. It looks sort of like a hibiscus flower, but sort of not. Very I don't know if it's impressionistic, but you just see her eyelashes and her lips and her hair. Really cool. But the sonogram to represent the dress is the coolest thing. I think that's a sonogram. It's like represents the sound waves. It goes like this. So that's cool. Spain, the exciting land filled with adventure and comprised of everlasting beauty, is brought to you via this record. If there is any country where music is indicative of the national feeling, it is Spain. From the exciting flamenco to the whirling bolero or beautiful tango, every song creates a mood which is indicative of the emotional colors and contrasts that go to make up this enchanting land, etc., etc. The Big Sound Orchestra has completely captured all the warmth, excitable temperament, and beauty of Spain. What songs do we have? Granada, Bolero, Cordoba, España, La Paloma, Capriccio, Español, Estrellita, Serenata Español, Viva Nivora, and La Estrudantino. Don't know all those songs. Estrellita, Little Star is a good one. Bolero, of course, is classic. España. The Big Sound. A full brilliant orchestra. Magnificent music. World's finest musicians. A new experience. Cool. What do we have here? Pirouette stereo. Looks like the same artist did their little graphic there. It's in decent shape, a little dirty, but not too scratched up. So that's cool. What's next? Old Time Polkas and Waltzes with Dick Rogers and his TV recording orchestra. Dick Rogers was a polka dude from Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is on a major label. This is on Decca. So he was definitely a big deal if he was... This is a national release, not just a local Wisconsin release. I love the little illustrations here. Maybe someone can tell where these people are from based on their ethnic dress, if it is authentic. You see multiple... They're German, I can tell that. I don't know about these people. Maybe they're Czech or something. Or these people actually look Hungarian, I'm guessing? I'm going to guess that's Hungarian. Maybe somebody knows. I love the polka dots, too. Including Days of Youth Waltz, Jolly Tuba Polka. There we go, Rounders Polka, Dick's Hoolery, Jolly Oberek, and the Burger Polka. Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, here's the track list. Burger Polka featuring accordion solo by Dick Metco of Dick Metco and his Boys. I love that band, actually. That's cool. And there's Dick Metco again. And Merlin on Sick, Sober, and Sorry. That's a Tex Atchison, Eddie Hazelwood cover, an old country song. Jolly Tuba. I love tuba. I love tuba features. Those are the best. So here, Green Bay, Wisconsin. One of the top draws throughout the Midwest. Kind of congenial group. Feeling of a real musical family. Very tasty assortment, etc. Here's some ads on the bottom here. Bulky Fun with Eddie Habit, Georgie Cook, What's Cookin', Good Time Old Melodies, Dick Rogers again, Whoopi John Wilfart, Play the Polka by Wayne King, Dance the Polka with somebody, Kenny Bass. Cool. Oh, and by the way, if you think polka's not cool, After I picked out this record, I saw some young people, and they had polka records that they pulled off the shelf that I passed up. So polka's coming back, y'all. Finally, last but not least, some white-haired dude named Earl Wild. Never heard of him. On Critics' Choice Records, in Quintessence. Dazzling fingerwork. Wild's performance of the Hungarian Fantasy was simply spectacular. I picked this up specifically for the Liszt side with Hungarian Fantasy and Mephisto Waltz. I like, is it Hans or Franz Liszt? Hans? Franz, there it is. Franz Liszt. Liszt. I really like his work that I've heard. And Mephisto, was it about Mephistopheles? And Faust. It's awesome. Mephistopheles, bored with the stupid music and the rustic propriety of the waltz, seizes a violin and maliciously provokes the company to a mad whirl of excitement. Now that sounds awesome. So there, that's what I picked up. $4.65. Value Village. And interesting music. Oh, that looks in really good shape, actually. I bet you this sounds fantastic. Alright. Bye.